My name is Sushobhan Mukherjee. I'm the co-founder of Deal Street Asia, which is a financial deal news and intelligence platform based out of Singapore.
Great.
I'm Indian, but I've lived and worked in Singapore for about a decade now. Poland is fantastic from the point of view of I have a personal interest in Poland because of the history itself, in the history, the culture, the food, all of it. I've visited Poland a few times in the past few months, quite a few times. But what's incredibly interesting for me is to be at World Summit because Poland is the source of lots and lots of interesting technology ideas. And our readers and investors who are all across the world, but we largely serve Asians. I think Asia is a market both for ideas as well as consumers and for investment would benefit hugely from Polish businesses and startups. That's what brings me here to help build a bridge from Poland to Asia and vice versa. I've just sort of walked in to the summit. I met two interesting startups just now. So one is a document startup called Duxpresso, who are probably Spanish, and they are absolutely language agnostic, and they are automating document processes across Asia. That's interesting to me because of the multiplicity of languages that we have in Asia. This is a really interesting product that we can see finding scale there. And to me, that's the first interesting startup that I met. I was in conversations with a couple of fintech developers a while ago, and that's again of huge interest in Asia, be it in payments, be it in P2P lending. So yeah, looking forward to identifying some interesting fintech ideas. Mm-hmm. What Asia has is a large market, and it's a marketplace for ideas. It's a marketplace for products. It's a marketplace for services. You have that. The large populations which can only be served by technology. And Asia is not just Asia, right? It's multiple countries. So Vietnam and Laos are next door to each other. They share a border, but there's nothing else in common. And that's something that's very similar in East Europe, in Central and Eastern Europe as well. You've got cultures which are very similar. The languages are very different, and ideas are very different. Demographically, there are some interesting parallels. Most of Asia, if you look at, apart from India, most of Asia is growing old very, very fast. Healthcare is a big issue. And some of the health tech ideas that are coming out of this area are incredibly useful when you think about it for Asia. So really, it's about markets and ideas, investments, and companies. I think it's a very, very virtuous cycle that we can establish where Eastern European businesses can find markets in Asia. Asian investors can find their way out here, and vice versa. That's what. My agenda for this conference is to really listen, look, and learn, and provide a platform for our readers who are spread all across to gain an insight into an incredibly fast-paced and dynamic development market. So that's my primary agenda, to be of service to readers back in Asia and indeed in the US and so on, to give them a platform. And second is to provide businesses here, people who are exhibiting, give them a platform, an insight, a window into the largest and perhaps the only market that's growing fast enough in today's challenging economy. So that's mine. So for next year, so really my agenda or my hope for the World Summit is next year we should have many more Asian investors and many more Asian businesses coming in here. Everybody's looking for growth opportunities. Everybody's looking for interesting opportunities. And there is no reason why people shouldn't come into World Summit next year, because it is quite challenging. It's quite challenging for everybody to find a marketplace. But this is a marketplace of ideas, a marketplace for people. And that's what. So I see, I definitely expect a lot more Asians to come in next year.
Okay.
And participate in this. What a wonderful place to be. It's actually the heart of Europe. It's a lovely location. The organization is top class. Fantastic work. Warsaw itself, I'm currently reading Norman Davis's book on the Warsaw Uprising. And so the history of Poland it's an interest of mine, especially during the war, but even earlier than that. It's a lovely city. It's a very proud city. Very, very proud city. It's great. It's got a great vibe, great food, and really friendly people. I know Krakow slightly more than I know Warsaw. This is only my second trip here. And it's fascinating. to see the vibe, the verb, the dynamism, all of it. It's a lovely city.